So glad you could join us from the farm, Stanford Stadium in Palo Alto. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Miami Hurricanes and the Stanford Cardinals. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe working the sidelines. We'll check in with her shortly. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. On the move from inside his 5. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. So Miami's offense will have the first crack at it in this one. Malachi Tony, every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And there was times during the week where we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week, and we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out. This is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
Might have a chance. He's at the 40, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Miami! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
So the Stanford Cardinal offense comes out, and they'll have it for the first time today. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
I think for years, in talking Miami Hurricanes, a big key for them winning national championships or competing for them has always been their play up front, right? You think all the way back to Russell Maryland and Warren Sapp, but just recently, David, with Bain and Mesidor on Miami's national championship run getting to that game, they've got big-time NFL athletes up front.
Huge athletes, explosive athletes, twitchy athletes. Jason Taylor being the coach down there for a while, obviously working those guys, a Hall of Famer you get to work with, you get to develop. So it's almost plug and play every year, man. Now you're starting to see Miami defensive linemen that are some of the best players in college football.
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18.
Man, this home crowd was so jacked up, so excited to finally get the football after giving up points on the first drive and having to be quiet. Now they're quiet again. How about the defense coming in here, shutting this crowd up early and doing their job?
The Cardinal will have to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Oh, man, that is an absolute rocket launcher of a punt. On his way back from the 20. He's got great speed. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. And here comes that MiAMi offense back onto the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
The Hurricanes are in the hurry-up. Here comes the option. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Canes! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
What I like about this running back is he can do it different ways. He can hurt you running between the tackles. He's got great vision, but he's also got a lot of speed. And I love the fact that this offense can go option. They can trust the quarterback to make the right decision, pitch it out to him wide, and then you see the speed. There's so many different ways in the running game. This guy can hurt you, and you saw it right there on that long, explosive play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Boy, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent,
oh, he found a space on the right. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Back to pass, it's Warren. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. He put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. They'll run the option. Pulls it on the option. He'll toss it. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. The Canes come to the line in the hurry-up.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. They'll run the option. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. And the Hurricanes come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read. And it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Hard running there. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. And the Canes look to keep this drive humming.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go.
Sprinting away. They bring him down, a big gain on the option, and they will challenge your ability to tackle in space. Goes to the option. Steamrolls his way ahead. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The option look. Runs through the tackle. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Now on the option. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1, and they'll go for it. On the option. Touchdown, Hurricanes! Great job by the back on the option.
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. The Cardinal offense takes the field ready to attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Wants to throw. It's Warren. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. On target to the left. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. We've reached a break, and MiAMi is holding onto the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off play action on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Gonna take a shot. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they...
Going for the big play. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on fourth down. Before they snap it on fourth down, we have a timeout call. They're down to one timeout left in the half. Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. On the option, quarterback on the keeper. They can't corral the pitch, the ball's on the ground. And the defense got it. Touchdown, Cardinal! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
He'll try to tack on one more. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7.
Offside.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play.
Number 13, set to kick this goal.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. On the option. He'll do it himself. He'll pitch it. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the tackle, but not before he's got enough to move the sticks and has this defense's head spinning with the option.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got.
And the ball is free on the pitch. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play. And the Canes want to pick up the tempo. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. That's reeled in. It's Lofton. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Darian Mensah from the gun on third down. Here's a heat. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. Tight end now in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's 4. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Stanford gets set to snap it on 1st down. Finding some room. They're able to ride him down, but not before he has flipped the field with a huge pickup on the play, and now they are set up coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Looking to throw, it's Warren. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Tosses it incomplete.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Yeah, and the defensive lineman, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That cuts into the deficit. It's now 21-10.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth. Man, 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. And here comes that MiAMi offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
That's just a better job by the defender. He knew he was going to get challenged in this game. He knew these receivers had speed and they were going to test him. Nice job by that DB knocking it away.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Here's Mensah to throw. Pressure coming, and they got it. Timeout is called by the Cardinal. That's their 1st. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Now the pitch. Tackle is made right at the 22-yard line. That's not enough for the 1st down. Now Stanford is going to call a timeout. That's their 2nd. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this 4th down. He'll keep it himself. Now the pitch. Maybe some room here. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play four-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
The Hurricanes want to move quickly.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like, really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced a punt. Here on third down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important, down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half, because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Dropping back, it's Warren. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Mensah. Got his man in the middle. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. Wants to go right back downfield. He'll try to do it himself. And he'll skip his way out of bounds after a short gain, making sure he doesn't take any unnecessary punishment. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Fakes the grab. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto. What a first half for that superstar back. He's already over 100 yards today, and he's done it with tough physical running, but also elusive speed. And that combination has his team 2 quarters away from a nice win.
The Canes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
Checking in with the Cardinal head coach coming out of the locker room. Their quarterback has to be better. The turnovers in the first half are the story of the game. The quarterback is struggling, and they believe that he can get it together and be more protected, protect the ball, and not put his wide receivers in jeopardy. They did run the ball well in the first half. We'll see if they rely more on the ground game so the quarterback can gain his composure. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Looking to throw, it's Warren. It's caught. They knock him down, but he gets enough to give Stanford a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's 4. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2. An 8-yard pickup on the first down completion, now 2nd and 2. The run inside, it's 4. Maybe a crease. Touchdown, Stanford! They fought their way all the way back, and it's a one-possession game.
Man, I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners when he kicked it in gear and got the long touchdown run.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Here comes the option. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. And the Hurricanes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll run the option. Keeps it himself. Got enough for the first. Turns it on in midfield. Got a lot of room to the right. Inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Miami!
And this offense picks up right where it left off. Scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they certainly finished it in style with a 71-yard touchdown run. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Running inside, it's 4. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Warren. Makes the grab over the middle. Quick step and go. Snags it and he's open. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football. And this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. splits the uprights from 56, and he's got 3 on the board.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
Set to kick it off.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Canes offense comes onto the field looking to put together a drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Ready to fire from the pistol. Throwing, Mensah. Right down the middle. Working on the right. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They drag pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover. The Cardinal offense takes the field ready to attack. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Looking downfield, it's Warren. Rushes on him. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Stanford to the line on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. That'll pull them back to within 6.
Well, sudden change situation. You got to give this defense credit. Their offense just turned it over. They held tight, they didn't allow a touchdown, and they forced their opponent to kick a field goal. Nice job.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way.
There he goes. Picks up the 1st down. Pass to 50. At the 30. Pass to 10. Touchdown, Canes. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
That's why I love this offense running this option play, because if this running back gets the ball on the perimeter in space, he is so deadly and he's lethal. And he showed you right there. This guy's got a lot of tools.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. This time he'll be stopped short of the goal line. So after scoring the touchdown, he tried to tack on the 2-point conversion but was denied.
Stanford 22.
Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
To the air, it's Warren. Plucks it out of the air. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Clock winds inside a minute to play here in the third. Looking downfield on first down. Got the quick pass. At the 40, there he goes. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And it's hard to imagine a defense losing the big fella, losing the tight end, but where was the coverage? Something broke down right there between linebackers and safeties to try to figure out where he was. He's the beneficiary, catches the football, a lot of grass in front of him to make a big play.
Wants to throw on first down. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
Here's the pressure. Buried before he could blink.
And this offense, man, they talked about it coming out of half. They wanted to get their guy into a rhythm. To do that, man, you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. He's been hit a lot. He hasn't made that many plays throughout this football game. They got to do a better job of protecting their guy.
Bringing the heat. The throw. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Goes to the option. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. So the final period starts with a second down play. Headed into the final period, both of these backs have been strong so far and looking to be able to finish. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And the Canes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The option look. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Now on the option. Just ran him over. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Canes will hustle to the line.
You can skin the cat a lot of different ways. You're just trying to get enough yards to pick up that first down. It's not the dive man. It's not the quarter.
There's some room. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Hurricanes. Excellent pass by the back on the option. Boy, did he just scorch that defense for that score.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the point after is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he caps things off with a scintillating 68-yard scoring run. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Dropping back, it's Warren. Got his man on the outside. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. Looking to fire. He's got him. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First down for this offense. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Ford. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He's got it. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at him.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And the defense hasn't made many plays today, but who can make those plays late? And this place got really, really quiet just now. They made the big play. They forced the INT, and now a chance to build on this lead and make this place even quieter.
And here comes that MiAMi offense back onto the field. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. On the option. Pulls it on the option. He'll pitch it. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. On the option. Plows through the defense. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. The Canes come to the line with a new set of downs.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Trucks through the defender. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. On the option. He'll be forced out of bounds, and they're stubborn with this running game in the red zone. And the Hurricanes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Here comes the option. The keeper on the option. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, MiAMi! And the route is on.
And the option play, the quarterback basically blocks the edge defender. So you watch the edge defender comes to him, and he commits to him, and then he pitches the ball to the running back, and the running back can do his thing, running the football all the way to the house. But it's basically a block on the quarterback on the defensive player.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Stanford's offense heads out, hoping to move the ball on this drive. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Back to throw, it's Warren. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take it.
Looking deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Checking in from the MiAMi sideline. There is so much enthusiasm on the sideline right now. This running back has been brilliant today. Over 200 yards rushing, and he continues to run strong. The coaches told us he gets stronger as the game goes on. We'll see how much longer they keep him out there. With the big lead, he has been brilliant so far today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's Darian Mensah to throw. Wide open downfield. Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Canes in the hurry up. To the air on first down. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
The run inside. It's Ford. Turning it on. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains.
And he did everything right except hold on to the football. That was incredible running, making people miss. It looked like it was going to be a nice play, but he coughed it up, and the defense jumps on it. That is so dejecting for that running back.
Here's Mensah to throw. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. So MiAMi signals for a timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
Man, this guy is so dangerous running it, and the speed can also help him extend the play to hurt you throwing it, David. As a defense, what do you got to do to keep this guy in the pocket?
Well, the hard part is once he gets outside the pocket, you have to play the second play. The first play, everybody had a route to run, but the second play, it's the scramble drill.
Caught, and he's got room. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas. keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cardinal offense takes the field, ready to attack. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day offense.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Canes will go ahead and call that second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Running inside. It's 4th. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down. The Hurricanes will call their 3rd timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. They boot it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Miami's offense comes out ready to go to work. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be so happy with how this offense has been able to come out here on the road, fight the crowd noise, and execute at such...
He's got it along the sideline. There he goes down the right side. He's at the 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he makes the extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Might be changing the route. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So important to keep your concentration. Get off on the snap count, not before it. It's 1st and 15. Going deep. Makes a catch.